I just sold my first movie script. Yeah. It's an Adam Sandler film. Hear me out. Okay. In this movie, Adam Sandler plays a Muslim. He plays a Muslim who's running for mayor of New York City. It's called Don't Mess with the Zoran. You guys know who Zoran Mamdani is? Zoran Mamdani won the Democratic primary for mayor of New York City, but you would think that he's already mayor the way that people are talking about him. It seems like people either love him or they hate him, but for the exact same reasons. I like that Zoran won because he's anti-establishment. He's making waves in the system. He is. And I like that. I also like that Mamdani won because he helped balance a couple things out for me. A couple weeks ago, I was finding myself agreeing with Marjorie Taylor Greene a little too much. And all I needed were her thoughts on something else to help remind me. 2 weeks ago, she was like, we gotta stop giving money to Israel, we gotta not have war with Iran. I was like, you preach, sister, right? I was like, God bless her, okay? About to get my MTG tattoo on my arm. And then Zoran wins, and she posts a picture of the Statue of Liberty in hijab, and I'm like, thank God. I was about to follow her. She retweeted somebody's photo of a Statue of Liberty with a hijab over it saying, this hits hard. Which is like, aside from being racist and Islamophobic, it's like, that actually would protect the statue from rust. You actually could use that. Have you seen Lady Liberty lately? She's looking a little crusty, to be honest. Like, not modest at all. Lady Liberty already has the dress all the way down to the feet. Like, just why not finish the job? Finish the hijab. Mamdani is divisive for a lot of reasons, and that's great. That's great. I love it. I love drama. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even from New York City. I just like watching drama from a side. You know? Like, they can do whatever they want. That's their own experiment. People are like, I don't want to experiment with one of the biggest cities in America. Like, have you been to New York City? It's already the world's biggest science experiment. So just let them cook. Just so you know, I'm not a socialist, okay? Shut the fuck up. And let me finish. Boo, everybody should be socialist in this room. Okay, that was a joke. Listen. They're here. Let me finish the joke, assholes, okay? So you know where I stand politically, okay? I'm not a socialist, and I'm also not Muslim, okay? I am a communist jihadist, and there is a difference, okay? Or jihadi Marxist, that's the PC term. I prefer jihadi Marxist, or Sharia comrade, if you would like. Okay? You happy now? Okay, you happy now? It's funny because I have friends who are socialists, I have friends who are communists, I have friends who are democratic socialists, and like somebody booed me when I said I'm not a socialist, but if you're a socialist, I have communist friends who think you're a pussy. You know what I mean? So it's like, so just chill, like just, you know what I mean? Like, and then I have a lot of friends who are democratic socialists, and the communists are like, they're not helping the movement. Yeah. So that's why I'm a jihadi Marxist. Nobody with me, okay? So that's where I stand. I just like that Zoran is creating waves. And it's insane to me how many far-right commentators, even some centrist personalities online, are just saying preposterous things about the potential of Zoran being mayor. Like, there's people out there saying, once Zoran's mayor, he's gonna bring Sharia law to New York City. Which is hilarious. And aside just for being obviously racist, Islamophobic, and just ridiculous, people are like arguing back logically, like, no. No, he's not. I don't think he is. No. Like, you mother Not only would that be unconstitutional and nobody's gonna like vote for that, it's just so insulting to just go straight there. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, when somebody says Zoran's gonna bring Sharia law to New York City, you should not be saying, no, okay? When somebody says Zoran's gonna bring Sharia law to New York City, the proper response is Sharia law even that bad? You gotta back. You gotta back. Now, I'm not here tonight to pitch Sharia law to you, okay? I know my face gives you the impression that I might want to, okay? But the thing about Sharia law, I will say, a lot of people don't really know much about it. I even had to do research for this joke. And personally, I haven't lived under it. It hasn't been brought to California yet. Okay? It will be one day, but inshallah.
But
I'm not up here arguing for or necessarily defending Sharia law, but I will say you should know that it has been largely blown out of proportion by the Western world. Our country, we love to blow things up metaphorically and physically. So when you actually Google Sharia law, which I did, you can look at the Wikipedia page for Sharia law. And I kid you not, the synopsis of Wikipedia's take on Sharia law is basically like, bro, Sharia law is not even that bad. That's basically what they're saying. For like a whole, this is Wikipedia. They're like, no, you can go out past 3, it's fine. Like it's, apparently there's like levels to Sharia law, okay? But what I'm saying is, whenever you have this discussion about Sharia law in the West, it's always taken to the most extreme position. Like people are always like, oh, you want Sharia law? You just want all women to just cover up? Like, no, what? Like, well, not all of them, but like, what, no. Like, okay, personally, I find everyone a little bit gross, so I would like, in an ideal world, you know, my Sharia would be everybody covers up until further notice. And then once I get a sense of your aura, I'm like, all right, you can chill. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would do things personally, you know? But that's always where it goes. It always goes to the most extreme version. And so then it brings up this discussion. You hear all these people now saying, Muslim values are not compatible with American values. You hear this out there. Like all these commentators are saying around, Muslim values are not compatible with American values. And you know what? They're right. Muslim values are not compatible with American values because America doesn't have values. Okay? America does not have values. What values? Where are the values? What values do we have aside from the value meal? A lot of people in America have values, absolutely, but are there any shared values in this country anymore? No, we disagree on literally everything. You could say the one value that we have is freedom, but like, do we? You know what I mean? Like, do we even have freedom? And then if freedom allegedly is our value, freedom is independence from values. That was the principle of this country. It doesn't matter what your values are, it doesn't matter what my values are, we can both, you know, enjoy ourselves because this is a valueless nation. It's because there's this implicit connection. They're like, well, America, we have Christian values. It's like, do we? The whole premise of this nation was separation of church and state, but there's always this subtext of like, the Muslim values don't match our Christian values. But it's like, okay, there's Christians in America, sure, but like, are Christians in America really Christian, is the question. The answer is no. The answer is no. Go to an actual other country where there's Christians. We are not Christians in America. It's like Olive Garden Christianity. You know what I mean? It's not real. Doing Christmas is not enough. Most proclaimed Christians in this nation can't even quote a single Bible lyric. Okay? Yeah. I'm calling them lyrics. That should be a sure shot example. The irony is, if you actually know Muslim people, you would know that they respect the Bible. Like, they respect the teachings of Jesus, they consider Jesus a prophet, and they respect the teachings of the Bible. Like, more than my Christian friends. That's why I'm telling all these Christians out there, I'm like, hey, like, you want to actually learn the Bible and appreciate the Bible and love the Bible, respect the Bible? Join Islam. Try it. Try it. Just try it. There you go. Some people are feeling a little alienated. But this is how America was founded. You have to be real with it. You have to be honest about it, because this conversation keeps coming up. People saying that Muslim values are not compatible with American values, and there's no evidence. There's no evidence. Okay, maybe not fasting, obviously. Okay, fasting. I'll give you fasting. I'll give you fasting for sure. I'll give you. That's definitely not compatible with American values in nearly any capacity. That's why I always tell my Muslim friends and family, I'm like, yo, if you want more Americans to join, like, just have a package for them that's like, you don't have to fast just yet. You know what I mean? Like, you can do 5 years without fasting. Americans are like, I'll try it out. You have to be honest. We don't have values in this country. There are no shared values. And so whenever this conversation comes up, people they only have one single argument. They're like, Sharia law, and all women are going to have to cover up, because in America, we like our women to show skin. Okay, so American values is Hooters, basically. That's what it comes down to. We just want to be able to have Hooters in America, right? Okay, and yeah, Hooters, fun time. Who hasn't had a great time at Hooters, aside from most of this crowd? Who hasn't had a fun time at Hooters? Okay, I look like I work there. Who hasn't? I look like I'm the manager of Hooters. Like, these ladies are trying their hardest today, okay? Give them a break. But hear me out. How about we just try one Sharia law Hooters? Let's just try one. Just one Sharia law Hooters. Just one. You'll only see eyes. It'll be called peepers. Yes. Yes. Come on down to peepers. Okay? You'll have a newfound respect for eyes after you come to peepers. Yeah. Come for the eyes, stay for the halal burgers. You'll love it. You'll love it. A lot of lamb and goat, you know? That's always where the conversation goes. And it's ridiculous. You can't just let people continue doing this, because they're making Islamophobia just so, like, casual and normal. And I don't even like using the term Islamophobia, because it's like, it's inaccurate, and it's like...
Anti-Muslim terrorism is what it is.
Ooh, I like that. Hey, let me get the fist bump too. Come on, man. Jeez. It is. Yeah, it is. Anti-Muslim terrorism.
That's exactly.
I like that. I like that. Yes, we're not germ. Yes. I feel like this became a town hall meeting. The whole Muslim population in Chicago. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? While we're at it, we're not germs either. We're for sure not spiders. So precisely, this is why you don't really hear me using the term Islamophobia. Aside from I said it like 2 times. There's not an official word for it yet, but anti-Muslim terrorism is on the table. Okay. If we can truncate some of the syllables, I think we'll have it. Terrorism is a strong. It gets the point across. I would just call it. What's that? What's my take? Oh, hey, I'm running for mayor of Chicago, guys. I like how. I go. What? You saying I should not be mayor of Iran? Why are you crushing my dreams right now? I honestly, like, that was my next venture. Mayor of Tehran. Thank you so much. Is that it? What? What? What's my take on Make Iran Great? Can I finish the bit that I'm doing first? Okay, guys. Yeah, is that okay? Okay. I'm going to institute a temporary Sharia law Just temporary. Just temporary. I'm now instituting Sharia law in this room. It's like, I can probably continue the set with that talking, but like, I'm worried about when I go home and I go to bed. Like, I'm gonna be falling asleep and he's like, what about Iran? Like, But yes, I don't like the term Islamophobia because I don't think it accurately conveys. It doesn't convey the hate. It makes the person sound more like a victim. I don't like saying that term. We can't allow anti-Muslim terrorism to be so casual. That's why I'm telling you, do not argue logically with these people who are making these nonsensical comments. When people say things like Muslim values are not compatible with American values, it makes no sense. There's no evidence. American values is an empty set. Okay, you can't. It's a math reference. You can't equate a set of elements to an empty set. It's a mathematics thing. So what I'm saying, what you have to do is when somebody says Muslim values are not compatible, well, first of all, compatible, like this is a dating app, you know what I mean? Like, are we on Minder now, you know what I mean? Or formerly known as Minder, now Salam. You're gonna be hearing this for a while, because Zoran's running till I believe November. And then if he wins, you're gonna be hearing it like for a very long time. So you're gonna hear this. You're gonna keep hearing people saying Muslim values are not compatible with American values. And again, don't give these people a logical response. Don't be like, well, in America we believe in all values. Don't say that. Don't all values matter this shit, okay? The proper way to respond when people say Muslim values are not compatible with American values is say, actually, all American values come from Muslim values. Say that, say that, say that, say that, say that. See what happens. Just try it. Have a gun on you. Try it. Oh yeah. This is gonna stir some shit up. But do it, try it. See what happens. I can prove it, actually. I can prove it for you. You look at things that are very iconic American, right? Like, for instance, what's America's iconic dessert? American as apple pie, right? Which we don't really eat, but it's for some reason there. You would think the American dessert would be Dubai chocolate at this point. But, which, hate to break it to you. You know where that comes from. So apple pie is the iconic American dessert. Do you know where apples come from originally? Kazakhstan. Apples originate in Kazakhstan. Now, I don't know if you've seen the 2007 documentary Borat, but it really depicts authentically life in Kazakhstan. I'm just kidding. It was a racist caricature, obviously, but why do you think it did so well at the box office? Because that's our heritage. Well, yes, apples are from Kazakhstan, and pies all come from Egypt. Egypt was the first country to be like, let's roll some shit in dough. So apples come from Kazakhstan and pies come from Egypt. So yeah, American is apple pie. No, American is some Egyptian Kazakhstani. That's what it is. That's what it is. And that's our dessert. So there goes that. It's a Muslim dessert. Then there's our music, right? America has essentially pioneered a lot of music genres. What are music genres that we're most known for? Jazz, blues, rock and roll, country, rap music, all of these great musical art forms that we stole from black people, right? 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 And I would argue that rock and roll is the most popular. Country music is also very like prototypical American, jazz and blues, of course, as well. And what is the common instrument in these musical art forms that we're so well known for? Is the guitar. The guitar. The guitar we always see as kind of all-American instrument, like, right? But the guitar did not come from America, unless you don't know history. The guitar actually comes from what was called the lute, which originates in the Middle East. But the very first stringed instrument recorded for humanity, like ever, the one that traces the further back, Iraq. Iraq. Yeah, that's why Iraq is actually short for Iraq and roll. You can look it up. You can look it up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you thought Bush was looking for WMDs? He was looking for Guitar Center. He was trying to invade Guitar Center. They tried to induct Saddam into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Sports, what about sports? right? Right? What's America's main sport? Baseball. Some people say football, but football is just rugby, and we named it after an already existing sport called football. It's not original at all, okay? But yes, baseball is an all-American original sport. We actually created that here in the United States, and let's be proud of it for 10 seconds, okay? Yeah, thank you, one person. Do you really think we were the first people to hit balls with sticks? No, there was a bunch of other stickball games, like cricket or other ones that I didn't research for this joke. Okay? But stickball traces back a long time, and the very first stickball game ever known to humankind traces back to Iran. And that's why they're trying to make Iran great again, because they want to get the birthplace of baseball. Well, that's what they're trying to do. What are you drinking? Huh? Not enough? Oh no, we have a problem. So baseball comes from Iran, and I urge you next time you're at an all-American baseball game to whisper that into the person next to you. To see what happens, you know? Did you know this comes from Iran? Just see what happens. Baseball is an Iranian sport. I mean, ask any professional baseball player, like, how'd you score that amazing home run? He's gonna be like, I ran. That's what I'm telling you. They say it's about nuclear weapons. It's not. They want a regime change up. You know what I'm saying? So, anything iconically America originally comes from a Muslim country. And those three examples should suffice for everything. So go ahead and spread the word. Now, obviously, I'm poking fun, I'm prodding, I'm trying to provoke, because I think this is so ridiculous that we're even having these conversations. Really, what it comes down to, America lacks values because of the way that it was formed. Like, for instance, you can see this in the way, like, they're attacking Zoran. They're attacking Zoran for the way he eats. Do you see that? He posted a video where he's eating with his hands, like a lot of people do around the world. And you have all these commentators like, I use silverware. You know, like, okay, most people can't afford that. Also, dude, like, eating with your hands is like a very cultural, like, acceptable thing, like, all around the world. In fact, if you don't eat with your hands, you're a bitch, okay? You're a bitch. What are you afraid of? Your own skin? Like, no, there's germs on my hands. We're gonna wash them. And sometimes don't. Build up a immunity. This is why you can't go to other countries and eat their food because you have diarrhea. It's because you don't eat with your hands enough. That's like a culture shock for these people. And you realize this is all because of the way the country was founded, right? Like, we need to be honest about how America was founded. America is classically known as a melting pot, but it was originally a melting pot for white people. Okay? It was a white melting pot. It was a creamy soup. It was a chowder. It was a chowder. You know? And it was just chowder, potatoes, and clams. You know what I mean? That's all you could have in the chowder. And now we're mixing other vegetables into the chowder. You know what I mean? And the garbanzo beans trying to get in there too. You know? Pinto beans and the black beans. All the beans is trying to fit into the chowder, man. And the chowder's like, they're turning it into chili. Like, it's relax. It's finally becoming clear that there's a void of values in America. And this comes from the fact that when you think of American values and ideals, it traces back to the Founding Fathers. And the Founding Fathers is one of the most divisive subjects you have in America. There's one camp of people that will be like, the Founding Fathers should be revered, and they had these great ideas, and we should respect everything that they did and not criticize them. They're sacred. The Founding Fathers are sacred. And then there's other people who know a little more history, who are like, the Founding Fathers were racist slave owners who wanted to build a white supremacist state. And listen, guys, two things can be true. Okay? The founding fathers were, in fact, racist slave owners who had a lot of great ideas that changed humankind. Yeah, in fact, I would argue those two things go well together, because when you have someone doing the actual work for you, you can kind of just sit back and relax and think of all these crazy ideas that could potentially change the world. Put them in a laminated binder, sign it. I'm just saying, it's not all black and white, even though it was back then. All right, this joke is not finished yet, but it's 3/5 of the way there. I like how a bottle of glasses was dropped exactly at that time, signifying the crash that joke would bring. So we have to be honest. This country was founded in a way such that we're like, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you're white, you join America and you're American now. And so obviously when you do that, people are going to lose their individual cultures, their individual identities. And so as reason, that melting pot that America started with was kind of just, it was a loss of culture. And that's just how it started. We can admit that and be honest about it. But I think it's carried on for too long now. You've heard this myth that white people don't have culture. This is a lie. White people, this is a lie, okay? I'm gonna audition to speak for the alt-right at some point. You have culture, you do. You've been lied to. Yeah, you've been lied to, okay? White people, you are Caucasian. Yeah. That's a thing. That's a real thing. You are Caucasian. You know where Caucasian is derived from? The Caucasus Mountains. You know where the Caucasus Mountains are? The Middle East. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. You're one of us. You're one of us. That's why you put us as the same on the census. I see you. White people are Middle Eastern. That's why you love hummus so much. You love it. You put it on everything now. There's hummus at Applebee's. You love it. It's indigenous to your taste buds. That's why. Yeah. White people in Middle Eastern is the same thing. That's why 9/11 inside job, no matter how you see it. And I know there's some smart asses in here who are gonna be like, actually the Caucasus Mountains extend into Russia too. Okay, fine. Then you're Russian/Middle Eastern, okay? You're Soviet Arabs, okay? You're jihadi Marxists. All right, now we can talk about Iran.